For the Wardlow versus Samoa Joe, I thought this was a good match. Wardlow versus Samoa Joe, but I don't know what they're doing at this point. They're just tossing the belt back and forth. So I don't know what's really going on. I was invested at the beginning, but after seeing this match a couple of times already, I just kind of fell through. I didn't really like it anymore. And I did like the fact that Wardlow told that story about the connection that he had with his hair before Samoa Joe cut it, that it was the only thing that reminded him of his father. I did think that was a really good story. I did think that was a really good thing to put in this feud because it just added more potential or more fuel into this storyline. But I would give this match a 7.5 out of 10 just because we've seen this match already a couple of times. Either it's between Samoa Joe and Wardlow alone, or a triple threats match, or something like that. I just feel like we've seen this too much already, and I wasn't that invested into it. But I give it a 7.5. I don't know what they're doing anymore by tossing the belt around between Samoa Joe and Wardlow. Next match is the Fatal 4-Way match between the team of Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett versus the Gun Club versus the Acclaim versus the team of Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. I did think this match had the potential to be better than it was, since it had so many good teams in that battle royale. I didn't like the fact that they went with Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal in this match, since we basically seen Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett versus the Acclaim or stuff like that already before. I feel like if they had Aussie Open or any other team, it would have been a better match because it would have had a better potential to have better spots or just be a crazy good fun time match. Although it was fun and it did have good spots and funny spots, such as the spot where the Gun Club and Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal do the Ric Flair walk and then they scissor each other. That was a good funny spot. It wasn't really a serious match, but the Gun Club ended up winning this match by pinning Danhausen, doing a type of maneuver that looked like the FTR move. But yeah, they pinned Danhausen. Orange Cassidy tried to get back in the ring. Colton Gunn grabbed Orange Cassidy, and the match ended right there. So the Gun Club are still the tag team world champions in AEW. So let's just see what else they do. I do hope that they don't fight against the Acclaim, Jay Lethal, and Jeff Jarrett, or any other team that they fought before already. But they did tease that they were going to fight against FTR, which is going to be a good match since the Gun Club beat FTR once before. It was at the Holiday Bash AEW Dynamite episode. I think that if FTR versus the Gun Club fight again, I feel like it has the potential to be a really good match. Just make it a stipulation match. We already had a normal match. The Gun Club won. Make it into a ladder match. Steel cage match. No disqualification. Put a stipulation into there. And I feel like it has the potential to be such a good match. So for this match, the Fatal 4-Way, I give it an 8.5 out of 10 as well. I was invested into it, and I did like certain parts of the match, like Orange Cassidy in the match and Danhausen, but I felt like it left so much meat on the bone, and it could have done so many more things that it just didn't do. MJF versus Bryan Danielson match, the Iron Man 60-minute match. It was long. It was more than an hour match. So it started off by fighting slow. It was a really slow pace match. Towards the last 30 minutes, it started up kicking up a little bit with Bryan Danielson got the first pinfall, and then MJF later hit Bryan Danielson in the no parts to get disqualified, giving Bryan Danielson a 2-0 lead. And then, yet MJF took advantage of this opportunity, covered him for a pinfall twice, and tied it up 2v2. Then MJF took Bryan Danielson later on throughout the match, put him on a table, did this elbow drop on Bryan Danielson, then put him back into the ring, did his move, did his thing, pinned him for that 3-2, and then Bryan Danielson was able to make MJF tap out once, and then later on Bryan Danielson would go ahead and tie up this match, and then the last seconds of this match, Bryan Danielson had MJF wrapped up in the label lock, and MJF was about to tap out, and there was just like 3 seconds left. The people were counting down. MJF was just holding on, trying so hard to not tap out, and then the time expired, and as soon as the time expired, not even a second passed by, and MJF was tapping out already. Then you would think that the match is over, that the main event is over, that MJF is still the world champion at AEW, but no.